Hey y'all, Akawaha Boy Rocks here. It's Thunderegg Thursday and I'm going to try something. Scared yet? You probably should be. We're just going to play with Thunder Eggs, and you might have seen a video Currently Rockhounding did on cutting Thunder Eggs in the correct orientation, and that was a Richardson's Bluebed Thunder Egg, I believe. And that's some information that came from Colburn's book about the formation of thunder eggs. Well, he also, in that same section, had a little piece in there about cutting thunder eggs and what type of core you would need to look for to get a 5-point star in a thunder egg. Now, I've probably only cut maybe 100 thunder eggs total, and I've gotten one 5-point star basically by accident. So I'm going to attempt that today. There's a couple of different ways I think I should be able to do it. So I'm going to bring you over here to the table and we'll look at some Richardson's Bluebed Thunder Eggs. So here are 6 Richardson's Thunder Eggs. So what we're looking for are the correct pressure ridges and faces. That's what gives us our internal shape. So to illustrate that a little bit, I bought myself one of these cores from over in China. Thought this one looked cool. I'll probably never find one of these on my own. People have gone out and dug thousands of thunder eggs. Might have a couple of these that they found. But I think they're really cool, and they're really a good illustration of what you're looking at. So every ridge that you see in this egg, this is apples and oranges kind of, because these are from Oregon, this is from China, but it's still the same principle. All of these ridges would correspond to the pressure ridge in the egg. And these faces would correspond to these valleys in the core. So if this was a round thunder egg, you would have these thicker areas of crust, and it covered, in whatever round lumpy shape this might be. So I have this other egg from China that you've seen before, and you can see that there. And then when it's cut open, you can see how the pressure ridges are represented in points. So that's what we're going for today, is to get a star pattern out of these points. Here's the other half of that one, and this half was kind of weathered away, so you can see those ridges and those empty areas. So what do we have here? We need to get a 5-point star. We need a way to get 5 of these pressure ridges in a geometric pattern. Now, as you saw in Currently Rockhounding's video, there's a certain way to cut these to get it top to bottom with the geologic history. And I believe that would be through this way. So it's supposed to be much less common to get the 5 pressure ridges. So I'm not going to worry too much about cutting these for the geologic history. You can go watch Currently Rockhounding's video and see how to cut that orientation. I'm going to be looking for a 5-pointed star. So as we count pressure ridges, I'm going to keep my thumb in one place so I don't lose track. But thumb is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, whoops, got it out of camera. And then there's number 5 by my ring finger there. So if I cut across most any of these, it should give me a 5-pointed star. There's a couple of these that I think I might be able to cut the other direction and kind of go across a pressure ridge, pressure ridge, pressure ridge, pressure ridge, pressure ridge, and maybe get the other orientation and still get 5 points. So we'll take some of them, maybe all of them, to the saw and see what we can get. I went and dug around in another batch of Richardson's eggs I had, and I found this one. So this is one I'm going to use. I've got marked about how I want the saw to go into it. And this other one, I've got it marked. So this is a big experiment for me. I'm far from the world's expert on Richardson's eggs. That would be one of the Richardsons probably. But I'm going to give it a shot and see what I get. All right, here are my Thundereggs. I cut them trying to get a star. I did not really succeed, but let's get them wet and look at them. So, not a total failure. I did kind of get 5 points on this one. There's nothing really interesting in this egg. I don't even think if I'd cut it the right way there'd have been anything but clear agate, but sort of 5 points, not a good star shape. This one has some really nice moss in it, and this side was broken off, so this side will probably get polished, and this side is probably going to be a cap. Then this one, I saw what I thought were 5 pressure ridges, but then I have this little thing here, which I'm thinking is some kind of fill line there. So I don't know a lot about that. I haven't really researched it, but I do know that this feature here is part of what people that know more about these things talk a lot about. And I've never seen it split in half with a line of agate like that before. So I think that's really cool. I think I've got some interesting stuff going on here, even though I did not really get what I was looking for. That's super interesting. That'll get polished up. So let me show you more what I was thinking about when I mentioned a star. I believe this egg was from Colorado, a little tiny thing, and I just picked a direction that I thought would be going through the most pressure ridges and give me something interesting, and boy did it ever. Gave me a very nice looking star there, almost rainbows and some of that. I don't know if that'll pick up in the video, but you can sort of see the pressure ridges are very faint, but I really like that. And if you're wondering what all that popping is in my video, it's extra loud today. I have a neighbor 2 houses down that really likes to practice cracking his whip. And that's what you're hearing. Okay, well, that was sort of a failed experiment, but not failed because I did get some interesting eggs there. Didn't polish them up for this video. I'm going to throw them in the to be polished pile because I kind of wanted to put a bow on this one, and maybe I'll get them back out when they're polished later. This little star one, if you followed my Instagram, you might have caught that when it was on there, but I thought that was interesting, and I had read about 5-star patterns and the Richardson's eggs, so I wanted to see if I had one, but I don't. So I'm going to sign off. You're probably about tired of hearing my neighbor cracking his whip in the background, so I will see you next Thunderegg Thursday.